Just me. Hi, y'all. I hope you're doing great. Today I feel somewhat normal, which is great because the stroke has taken the monsters to me and a place I never want to go to, and I hope that any of you never get the stroke monster. It's awful. But one of the things that I think I'm doing about this blog, I think you call it, about the strokes, and I've kind of lost it somewhere to begin because poor little me, I'm so alone and sad and crazy and confused, and I forget things, and poor little me. Ha! Poor little me. Okay, now, I've got to get over that shit because you know what? I had strokes. So, what can I do now? I can start talking to other people that have had strokes throughout the country. I think maybe a few in the world, I don't know. But I've heard messengers and little note things that tell people about their strokes and what it's done, or the caregivers, the wives who became caregivers to take care of their husbands, or their husbands that become caregivers to take care of their wives or husbands. It just is crazy, and it makes me wonder, why isn't there a way that all of the stroke people could get together and how they can all get together and talk about what's going on with them and what's helping for them and what doesn't help for them. Because all strokes are different. There are some people, stroke victims, that are bedridden. I can't say the word, but they're left in their bed forever. That is awful. Or they can't walk, or maybe they can use their arms, or maybe they can't eat. Aphasia. Aphasia is one of the things that I have been having, and I guess I'm getting a little bit better on it because I'm talking better. So the aphasia made my head say the word, but my mouth always screwed up. Like, I'm gonna have a delicious cup of chicken. Now, of course, that's coffee, but my aphasia would say, "Oh, that is great chicken." Huh. And apparently that's all I did for a long time. Cuckoo, stroke monsters. But then I've heard some other ladies that were asking about Botox. Botox. The pain from my strokes are horrible. I just can't take it most of the time. But the Botox, they went and they put these needles and put in my head and put this Botox in that's supposed to help the pain for about 6 months, 3 months to 6 months, supposed to help. But the Botox only worked on me for about a week. I'd get the pain and felt fine for a week, no pain. I tried to relax and just be like, okay, I'm okay. A week after the Botox for this stroke victim, it stopped. And I couldn't get another fix of that for about 3 months. So it was crazy. So Botox did not work for this stroke victim, but I hope that it helps for other stroke victims. All strokes are different. The other thing is, I went to a pain doctor's and they sent me in and had needles where they would burn the nerves and they basically kill them, and they would grow back, after about, I think it was about 6 months is supposed to stop the pain. 6 months. And there would be 6 needles that they would go in to cut or burn the nerve, sort of like a needle or a fire thing. They burn that nerve down 6 places on the back of my neck. And I didn't like it. It didn't help very well. It burned. But if it helps other stroke victims, there's another chance that you can try. I know that there's other people that have had it done and it has worked great. So the Botox is good for some, and it's not for others. Another pill I had to take was a doctor that started me on methadone because of the pain from the strokes. And it worked pretty good for about the first half a year, I think. And that doctor was leaving his office to go home during the rain and had a flat tire, and another driver smacked into him and killed him. That was my methadone doctor, and I liked him, trust him, and I can't really remember him, but I know something inside of me told me to trust him. But he's gone now. So I went to another doctor who kept the methadone going, and the methadone stopped working. It got to where I was batshit crazy and confused and lost and in the dark, and everything evil just came in and threw at me, and I said, I am not this person. I know I'm not. But the batshit crazy monster, it takes over control, and I could not control that. And the doctors would not let me take the methadone away from it. I had to force myself. The methadone, a great drug for stroke victims, but it stops helping after a while. This stroke victim, I had to stop taking the methadone, and I had to go through the withdrawal that lasted for about a month, maybe a little longer than a month, that I was batshit crazy. And the pain and the confusion, the hot flashes, just everything was just nuts. The screaming ear just all the time, because this ear after the strokes, it doesn't work. It just screams, whistles all the time, and drive me crazy. But the methadone, I hope it works for you, but be positive. I hope that it really worked, and it did for a while, but it stopped. And now I'm just down to my regular stroke doctors where I don't take a lot of pain pills. I smoke a lot more of this marijuana. And they have different types that I can get that help the pain down till I can be normal, like now. I remember when I smoked pot before, and I'd be like, cuckoo, hoo, 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 we're having a great time. Now, I smoke it, and it helps the pain from the strokes go away. And this really irritates me, just makes me so mad that there are other states across our country that is illegal for marijuana. Give me a break. There are a lot of stroke victims that live in other states that are illegal against marijuana, but that marijuana may help them. So why can't stroke victims and heart attack victims or cancer victims or wherever. If it even made it legal for those victims that had some ailment that has dropped them down, give us a break. Come on. Vote for the marijuanas. And I know that the marijuana is like, this is my daily be normal. And then at night, there's another reefers that I can smoke, about 4 or 5 puffs, and within about 30 minutes, I'm ready to fall asleep. And I can sleep for about an hour or two. But this stroke victim only wakes up about every hour and a half, 2 hours, and can only stay that way for about 5 to 6 hours before I just have to go sit in the living room and but I hope that just me is able to say, this is what this stroke victim has been through and understands. And I know there's a lot of things that I forget and I can't remember the words or names of them, but that's the stroke victim. I'm trying. I want to spread the love, and I want it to be okay for other stroke victims. We need friends. And just saying that word makes me think that, if your friends and family stay with you and far out, but if your family and friends all check out and disappear because maybe they're confused or they're scared or they don't want to be a stroke victim themselves, or who knows what the deal is, but you know what? Let that go. They walked away and maybe they left away from your life, but you have new friends and there are people that care. So spread the love, smile, peace, and wave. Have a great day. Love y'all, and I hope I helped this blog. Peace.